Hey there, Starlight here. Today, I want to give you a quick little bit of insight to debunk some seriously bad strategy that I hear people getting as advice all the time. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about why this is bad advice, how you should be thinking instead, and how you can put this into action to start getting game-changing results. You're going to need to open your mind a little bit because I know you've heard this advice. And let me tell you now, we're going to talk about why it's a terrible idea. So hold on to your hats. Let's talk about defining your niche. Oh my God, the biggest myth in marketing is that you need to pick a niche. Why is this terrible advice? Now, usually what happens in your process of growing your business is that you define who your target customer is. You've dove into their demographics, you've forged an emotional connection, you have some psychographics, you understand them, and then someone will come along and say, you need to niche down. What does that really mean? Now, when people are talking about riches in the niches or riches in the niches, I don't know, maybe you say it different than me, it's because this is a customer-centric model. Now, what you may find when you're first starting out your business or when you're really getting ready to scale and taking a look at everything that you have to offer, you may realize the reason that somebody gave you this advice is because your target customer may have a complex problem and you're solving it in a lot of different ways, right? Delivering those gems, but each of these gems requires their own sort of forging, creation, marketing, selling, language, et cetera, et cetera. So when a coach comes along and says, you're getting ready to scale, man, you got to niche down because you can't offer all of these services and programs, even though they're all for the same target customer, and actually scale your business. And what we often do is we think, oh God, well, that means that I only need to offer this specific service to these specific people, taking that person and their problems down to a very, very narrow scale of problem and solution, right? Here's the thing, when we're looking at this, it means that you're solving a lot of problems for one avatar, right? It's very difficult to scale and it's a lot of work. If you're getting to the stage where you've been doing one-on-one products and services for a while, you know that there's a point at which you can't bring on more clients because the one-on-one work that you're already doing is too much and you can't scale your business because you've kind of already hit the price point that is comfortable for your avatars. Now, let's dive into a specific example of how this might work. In this stage, someone might say, okay, I'm a wellness professional coach who helps professional women who are in the corporate space struggling from burnout. My service helps them recover from burnout. Now, I may do that in a bunch of different ways. I may have one-on-one coaching. I may be trying to kick off a group program. I may have some downloadable meditations. I may have all these various aspects where I'm trying to address the spectrum of burnout in the professional corporate space. And that's where your customer could be at a lot of different levels, right? You may have a customer who's just realizing that they're coming to terms with being burned out. You may have customers that have experienced burnout before, recovered from it, and are identifying the symptoms as it's emerging again for them and looking for a different level of support. Now, you, as the wellness coach, is having to meet your customers at whatever stage of need they may be at, which means you're doing a lot of work creating all of these individual gems for each of your customers to get the solution that they need in that time and space. That's why a coach or somebody who's coming along and saying it's time for you to scale will say that you need to niche down and only focus on just one stage or just one focus. And what most entrepreneurs at that stage often think that means is that they need to further be specific about who it is they're serving. So they might say, okay, before I was helping professional women in the stages of burnout. So maybe I should add on that they're a mom, and maybe I should add on that they're specifically in the corporate space. Like, okay, like, yes, that's a much narrower target market, but let's say you have an amazing client who is a VP executive at her company. She suffered from burnout. She worked with you as a coach. She recovered, and she wants to refer your coaching services to someone else. If you told her, no, I only work with women who are in the corporate space, who are moms, who are suffering from burnout, you've narrowed her ability to refer clients to you in a very narrow context, which means that if her best friend is also suffering from burnout, but she's a stay-at-home entrepreneur who is juggling her own business, she might go, oh, well, I do know a coach who works with people who are suffering from burnout, but I'm not going to refer her because her marketing language specifically says that she only works with people who are in the corporate space and are also parents. And if you don't have kids and you're not in the corporate space, but you're suffering from the same symptoms, it's not a match, right? Now, you as the wellness coach, I know it's blowing your mind right now. Of course, I could help somebody. Just because they're in a corporate space versus not in a corporate space doesn't mean that the same fundamental core solution to helping them doesn't apply. So you're starting to see why like a niche is a shitty idea, right? So what do we do instead? This is where we focus on a transformative solution-centric model so that you can scale. That same way that you know that you have the ability to offer someone the solution to their burnout, regardless of who it is that needs help, is how we focus on reaching a lot more people, but packaging up this single solution, this solution that we know it works, we know it gets results, we package up the solution, and then we can offer it to whomever it applies to, and we can shift our marketing conversations from you're a mom in the corporate executive level space suffering from burnout to our transformative solution-centric model. Now, this will dive into a little bit more specific of what that marketing language sounds like in the next slides, but I want to make a couple of notes here. As a business owner, you can see the difference between having to create all of these unique solutions for your target customers, depending on what stage they're at in their journey, even if they're the same avatar, to having a tested, valid solution, your signature framework, your signature offer. You've probably heard this language from other coaches before, but this signature package, this transformative product now makes it available for you to work with a lot of different people who want the same outcome, but may not fit your initial target avatar, right? Or your initial niche, right? This means focusing your product design in this model means that you can scale a lot better. You can actually have massive impact because there are so many people suffering from burnout. There are so many people who need the tools that a wellness coach who specializes, who's an expert in burnout recovery could share with them, that it's actually not relevant whether or not they work in an office or they stay at home or whatever, right? You can reach so many more people. This is where people who are really trying to have massive impact in the world use this methodology to be able to take their expertise and share it with the world instead of focusing on a target avatar and a narrower avatar and a narrower version of that avatar. And because you can reach so many more people, you have much higher profitability options for your business moving forward, and it's much easier to scale. Now, let's talk about what we really mean when we're talking about transformational product design. If the marketing isn't, hey, are you a woman doing this, X, Y, Z, talking about your niche and your target customer, then what language are we actually using? We're really focusing on the desired condition or the desired future state or the desired outcome that you can deliver to your customers. This is the core of transformational product design. Right? Your customer is in a current state and they have a desired state that they want to get to. The thing is we're human beings and there's some common obstacles that cause friction for us to go from where we are to where we want to be. Some of that friction can be a lack of clarity about the available options. I don't know. Do I need a coach? Do I need a program? Is there something I can pick up at my local Target? Like, how do I actually solve this problem, right? Second is perceptions and mindset. Often there's some internal work that has to happen to reduce the friction for somebody to be able to go from where they are to where they want to be. There's also the lack of a plan. There are three things that it takes for any person to experience genuine transformation and get real results. This applies to any transformative product, any transformative service, any coach, any consultant, anything, right? They need the motivation to do it. If they don't have the motivation, it's like pulling teeth and it's never going to work. Am I right or am I right? Second, they need a plan. There's just something about the way the human mind works that says, I know where I want to go, but I have no freaking idea how to get there. What are the steps? And then what happens? How do I whatever? And that's where they start Googling, like, what is the plan? How to XYZ, right? Because they're looking for a plan to understand what are the steps to get them where they need to go and where do they fall in that plan? Are they already a few steps in? Have they accomplished a few things but need to backtrack on other stuff? The lack of a plan is a huge friction point for our customers. And it's something we'll address in additional videos on how you can take your product and create and articulate and communicate the plan that goes around that, which reduces all the barriers that your customers have in regarding who they're going to work with or who they're not going to work with. We'll touch on that on another video. Stay tuned. Now, back to our frictions, there's also the third point, lack of a guide. Without a guide, man, it's really hard to get shit done. You can do it, but the thing that you're going to replace a guide with is a whole lot of experimentation, trying and failing and having to learn the hard way. Now, that's not that it's impossible. If you don't have a budget to hire a guide or a coach or a consultant or a strategist or whatever sort of guidance you need in your life, it's not saying that you're not going to be able to make progress if you have the motivation and a plan. It just means that you're going to have to realize that you're going to run into some obstacles that other people aren't going to have because you're missing that guide. And there's going to be some experimentation and starting and failing before you really lock into what works for you. It just means you're going to spend a lot more time investing in the learning and revising cycle than you would if you had a guide, right? A good guide. And then, of course, internal limitations. There are all sorts of limitations that might apply to this isn't the right time, this isn't the right space, there's a lot going on in my life, I can't focus to actually go from where I am to where I want to be. Now, how do we overcome this friction and while communicating the desired outcome of our products? Boom, this is it. The friction is solved by your product. Your product has the plan, it has the guidance, and they're the ones that have to bring the motivation to the table, right? Your product is the bridge from a customer's current state to their future desired state. Now, I want to say here that this idea of abandoning the concept of niches, it does not mean that you have to work with every single person that comes your way. Your target avatar still applies. The thing is your avatar shifts a little bit from what I would call like culturally irrelevant boxes in the first place. Like, why are we breaking down our target customers by like gender, marital status, whether or not their reproductive status, right? Like that's kind of antiquated in today's thinking anyways. And when we're focused on a transformative solution-centric model, what we can say is that the velvet rope between everyone and the people who are right for our product is actually things that align with our values and our brand. So for example, if you are in this to get money fast and take advantage of other people, this product isn't the right fit for you. If you want it done for you and you don't even have to think and you wake up tomorrow and it's all fixed, banged, boom, and done, I'm not the right person for you. That's not what this product delivers, right? If you don't want to do the work, this product isn't for you. If you're not trying to make the world a better place and you kind of don't care and you just want to like bang something out to make some money, this product isn't for you. You feel me? There's still a velvet rope between you and what you offer and all of the world, right? Your target avatar still matters, but rather than focus on the external trappings or the boxes put on us about society of who our target avatar is, now we're actually focused on the things that light us up, our common values, our common motivations, the genuine connections that actually build community and transformation in the world. You dig it? Okay, so there's one thing I want you to pull from this slide here. It's the importance of your ability to articulate that your product takes this type of person from this state to this state, right? You need to be able to articulate the transformation that your services deliver. Now, if this is kind of novel thinking for you and you haven't really thought about your problems that you solve or the services that you offer as delivering a transformation, there's some other videos that you'll find in my profile or other areas that I can send you to help you kind of hone in and understand and research the real transformation that you deliver. But this is the way to kind of get yourself started in this thinking. Now, if you've been in business for a while, you know that this is the outcome that you can promise. You know exactly what this outcome is, and we can begin incorporating this focus in your language rather than the focus around the avatar or the niche. You feel me? Okay. So here's how to take action on this. What I want you to do, seriously, I know your brain is probably spinning right now. I've just fire hosed a bunch of information at you that's going to totally shift your mind about how you've been thinking about your target customer, what you offer, and how you discuss it with your customers, whether that's on social media, your website, your services, your sales process, whatever it is. So when this video ends in like 45 seconds, okay, maybe 2 minutes, take a few moments to make some notes and answer these questions for yourself. What results can I consistently and enjoyably deliver? Enjoyably is an emphasis because we don't want you to deliver results that you freaking hate doing on a daily basis, right? Second, what is my specialty? This is the alternative question to what is your niche, right? What is your specialty? My specialty, community launch. Boom, launching. I can launch a business, services, products, event, doesn't matter. I can launch it, right? What am I known for? I am an XYZ expert. You might have a little squeebiness around calling yourself an expert, but I want you to get the F over it. Honestly, get over it. You don't have to say you're an expert in the words that you say to other people, but you need to know what this is and you need to claim it for yourself, because when you view yourself as the expert on a particular topic, you will begin to attract people who see you as the stand-apart leader in that topic as well, right? If you're looking to make an impact in the world, it's time to grab your expertise by the hoo-ha and really claim what it is for yourself. If you're not really sure what your expertise is, it's time for you to mine your history and your personal connections and your professional connections to get more insights. What things have you enjoyed and really just like delivered on in the past with future jobs or with previous clients? With previous clients or previous jobs. If you're not really sure what you're known for, shoot a text to like 5 people in your private network and 5 people in your professional network and say, what if you were to define me by 5 like things I could kill it at, what would those things be? And gather that information and see what sort of comes to the surface based on how the people who are already in your life perceive you, right? These aren't like personality qualities. This is like, in a professional capacity, what am I already known for, right? What problem can I solve with my eyes closed? This is that problem that's the bridge from your customer's current state to their future desired state, right? When I say you can solve it with your eyes closed, I mean that sometimes you have somebody who comes up to you, they're clearly a good fit as your target customer, and they're talking about a situation in their life. And inside you're just like, oh my God, I could solve this with my eyes closed. Like, oh, I know exactly what you need. I know exactly who you need to talk to. I've got the tools, the techniques, the whatever. Girl, sit down with me. We can solve it. Okay. That's a core element of your problem and your language and your marketing that needs to be communicated, right? And then what is the transformation I can promise? Now, the outcome of this problem that you're solving, the area of expertise that you have, the results that you can consistently and enjoyably deliver, that is the transformation that you can promise. And I want you to be able to say, hey, target customer who's struggling from the problem that I can solve with my eyes closed. Listen, if you do exactly as I say, you follow this plan and you stay motivated, remember, guide, plan, motivation, I promise that you can go from where you currently are that sucks, boo, to the future state that you really desire, right? When you can fill in the blanks here with some authority and some data, you have a transformation statement that helps you keep your services and everything that you design focused on delivering on the promise, right? Okay, so how to take action now. Go ahead and share your expertise in the comments wherever you're seeing this video, or shoot me a DM or share an Instagram post with me at iBottleLightning. I want to know your expertise statement. I am a, what is your zone of genius? Who helps your target customers go from yucky before state to desired transformed state? Take this sentence, fill in the areas that are brackets, and share it with me because I want to see what you've learned today. And let's talk about how abandoning your niche is actually pretty freeing. And there's a whole lot of opportunities for you to scale your business, generate recurring revenue, forge authentic, lucrative, connected, engaged community around your business by abandoning the concept of the riches is in the niches. You feel me? All right. This is Starlight signing off. I hope you have a wonderful day and we will talk soon.